Hello, so I've got a little bit of a head cold going on. I've had this for about 3 days now and I think I'm slowly coming at the end of it, but I'm still bunged up and all that and probably don't sound like my usual self. I'm also a little bit deaf in both ears. One is worse than the other at the moment, so I don't know how I sound, what my tone is like and how loud I am, so hopefully I'm not too loud. And I am in my pyjamas. I'm wearing no makeup, no jewellery, no nothing, just completely raw. I don't really like wearing my jewellery when I'm ill or cold, just because of the energy that hangs around it. The same goes to my crystals and my oracle and tarot decks and anything that I work with in general. I just try to stay away from, just because of the energy that hangs around and tries to attach itself to it. And when I'm well, I feel unbalanced because of that energy. I don't get an accurate reading and I just feel a little bit off. So when I try to, and it just takes me a little while to try to get rid of that energy and bring the energy back to how it used to be. So I'm trying to stay away from everything. But I've been trying to do this video for the past few weeks now, but I keep forgetting or I get distracted. And while I have the house to myself and my energy is still up, I thought I would come on here and do it. And it is to do with the supermoon, blood moon and lunar eclipse that happened on the 27th of September. I just wanted to share my experience and what happened on that night. I did a little bit of a silly though, because last year with the full moon I had my new camcorder and I thought I would test it out on that. When I zoomed in on the moon, you could see really good detail and I was really impressed and hoped that I could do the same again with this blood moon. But my camera could not detect the moon, so I didn't really get any footage of the moon and blood moon. Even though I could see it with my eye, the camera couldn't. And I forgot to take any footage of the moon changing in its phase towards the lunar and blood moon. So I have nothing on my camcorder of that event. I have a few photos, but nothing really I can put on YouTube. But I think that was a lesson and a sign for me that I had to experience that moment on my own without being attached to a phone or a camera. And I think we sometimes forget to pull ourselves away from our phone and camera and just experience it for ourselves and really truly make the memories and experience it that way. So that's what I ended up doing. I just made sure that I had time for myself and explore and experience that moment truly on my own. And also my throat is gonna drive me nuts. All day my throat has been somewhat okay. Now that I want to do this video, it's gone really dry. It's like sandpaper and I'm just so thirsty. And even having a drink is not helping me at all. I don't really like drinking water just because it makes me feel sick, but drinking cordial is making me feel more dry, so I'm trying water and I'm just gonna have to try and put up with it, that sicky feeling, and hopefully I can get through this video as well. So yeah, I managed to stay awake till about 4 in the morning. I was outside all that time and I learned a lesson that I should wear something warm and have something on my feet because I went out in my pajamas without any slippers or socks on, and I was freezing cold, and I didn't want to go back in to the bedroom because my partner was asleep. So yeah, I really should have made sure I was prepared then. But while I was out there, I managed to put the water out that I wanted to be blessed by the moon. I put out a few other things. I had made an oil during the day to be blessed under the moon, so I was really pleased that I managed to do that, and I just managed to soak in the moon's energy at that moment as well, and just truly be in that moment. Really try to just do a small meditation with myself, because I haven't done that in a long time, and I felt like the moon was stripping away all my layers until I was a small child, till I was that innocent little girl again. Then I was seeing myself rebuild and grow back to the adult that I am, and I don't know what it was, but something inside of me just switched, like it was an electric shock, and everything hit off, and I could feel the energy running through me. And even through the day on the 27th, no, just during the day of the full moon, I could feel my vibration running around. I could feel this energy was starting to pulse. I was starting to be very creative and productive, and I haven't had that in such a long time. I've been feeling very stuck for a long time, and not stuck like how I used to feel. Like before, I felt stuck and confused about my path, not knowing where I was going, where I was heading. But now my partner's back home, and the dog is probably going to go crazy. I hope he doesn't. Darling, can you take Merlin out before he goes crazy?
Yeah. So, right.
Because I knew he was going to go absolutely nuts, because he always does. Whenever it comes to a certain time of day when my partner is about to finish work, Merlin is always at the window, and when he starts to see him across the field, he is barking and trying to get out of this house just to see him. So I knew he was going to start barking soon if the door didn't open. And I think I've lost my thought. But no, it's not like the feeling of being stuck how I used to when I was confused about my path. I didn't know where I was heading. This time, that feeling of being stuck was just, I didn't know what I was supposed to do. I've been spending probably 90% studying and then 10% actually doing anything, like being the action side of things in my practice, and I definitely feel like that's been getting less and less each time, because I didn't know what I should be doing. I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know if I could do it or when I could do it, and it's that sort of stuck that has been hanging around me. And with this moon, the blood moon, everything just seemed to shoot out of me, and I'm starting to see things clearly. My eyes are starting to open up, and I'm realizing that I can do things, and I will be doing these things. I'm starting to get very creative and starting to plan on what I'm wanting to do in the future, in the near future, and everything is starting to flow out of me, and I'm starting to feel so much more confident in myself, in my practice. I'm starting to believe in myself again, and that is something I'm starting to lose, the belief in myself. I was starting to feel that I wasn't good enough for my gods and the spirits that I work with, because I'm unable to have a shrine at the moment for them. I'm unable to give them offerings as frequently as I want. But I just feel like that doesn't matter at the moment, because they understand. They're watching me. They're seeing what's happening in my life. And they're not demanding that from me at the moment, because they know there are things that I need to sort out first. And I just feel like this blood moon has helped me so much. And I was watching, I've got a little bit of notes here to try and remind me of what I want to include in this video. I was watching Ember Honey Raven with her supermoon video. She was saying about how the blood moon is essentially like the period for a woman. The uterus is letting go and cleansing the body for something for something positive and fertile to grow. And that's what the moon is doing. It's helping us to let go. It's helping us to cleanse and get ready for something positive and something to grow within us. And I definitely feel like that is what happened that night. I was completely cleansed. I'm still going through a cleanse. Even now, I definitely feel like I'm going through a cleanse with this head cold and all that. But I feel like I've changed into someone that I always wanted to be. I feel like I'm heading in the right direction again, and just the vibrations and the energy and everything inside of me is just ready to be released and be directed into something positive. And I don't even know why, but I'm starting to well up. It's just so emotional for me, because I haven't felt like this in a long time. But I'm just really glad that I managed to experience that moment, and that I wasn't focused on trying to capture it all on camera. I just really think that was a really positive moment for me, and something good is going to come out of it. And I feel like I am repeating myself over and over. I feel like I'm missing something that I was wanting to try and say. But I am just happy. I'm just happy that I managed to experience it, and I haven't really experienced an eclipse as bad in a long time. I don't really normally celebrate the moon phases. I honour them and take note of them, but I don't actually do anything for them, and that was the first time in a long time that I have done anything for one of the phases. And I'm just so glad that I have, and I don't know how this video is going to turn out. I feel like I am all over the place at the moment, but I just wanted to try and take note of how I'm feeling and what that experience was like for me. And yeah, I just feel like I'm rambling on now, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say, and that, yeah, I hope you had a great experience for the super blood moon and a lunar eclipse on that time as well. So yeah.